You can always get some, they're not support gloves, they just sort of stop. They're good for grip, but they just stop any hardness, which you can get underneath rings. So I've taken most of my jewellery off at the moment, apart from my thumb ring. When you've done number 10, then put the weight down, have a rest. Now, let the arms do the doll's circle round. And what we're going to finish with, while we're down here, is one of my favourites. And you will just be using one of your weights. Most of you, I think, could probably go up to a 5K, but that does depend on your arm strength, because you're going to be taking the weight across the face. Please don't do it. Anything where you could drop it. So watch first, we have done it before. You're going to take the dumbbell, so I've got my dumbbell that way, I've got hold of it securely. And you're just going to take it towards the floor. Now, if it goes to the floor, then you're resting. So it doesn't go to the floor, then it comes all the way back up towards the pubic bone. You've got that lovely range of movement. As I'm coming up, the back of my ribs are down into the mat. Back of my shoulder blades stay where they are, and so does my pelvis. So there is no movement going on through my spine. I've got a nice in-breath and an out-breath. In-breath, go slowly above the head, and it's as you start to reach back. Don't let the ball, and then he said, don't let it rest, the weight, and up, because I've been teaching the Pilates softball the last few weeks in the studio. Chin tucked in, keep going slow, so the higher I go above my head, I don't want my ribs popping up towards the ceiling, so I'm more aware of my core muscles. We're going to do this one and then one more after it. I love the feeling of the stretch and strength with this one. Hold it. Keep the back of those ribs down, so there's no ribs popping up to the ceiling, no movement through spine. Well done, have the rest. This last set, you can bring your knees into a reverse tabletop, or if that's too much, bring the knees in slightly towards the chest and you'll feel the lower back imprinted naturally. So you've just taken the feet off the floor. Again, take the weight up, take an in-breath, and then back up. I remember doing this more so with Ollie when he was little. As an exercise. Of course, I was well and truly teaching them. I used to hold him and then take him up and over and back. So actually, there's a couple of you with some new grandchildren. This is what you can do with them. Just make sure they've not just had the milk, because that's another story altogether. One class actually I've never taught. I've taught, in pregnancy and postpartum, but I've never done mum and baby classes. I think they'd just be too frantic. But there is lots of mum and baby classes. I think one of my ladies at the moment, she comes here, and then she also goes to a mum and baby yoga session. Which is just fun, really. They use the baby as weights. And then make that one.